Jaya सर्वस्वामी प्रभु की प्रभु ने प्रणत श्री 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 राधा कृष्ण प्रभु श्याम की गोवर्धन की श्री धाम की धाम की गमाय मदमाय की दोस्तेर की भक्ति देव की समर्थ भक्त वृंद श्री युगधर्म हरिनाम संकीर्तन आगे की तारकमल प्रेमनंदे
Today, Srimad Bhagavatam class will conclude to be given by His Holiness Divya Swami Maharaj.
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagara Lalita Shri Vishaka Vitamsha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopisha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gauraki Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishwanu Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchikaka Tarivasya Kinga Sindhu Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama First one.
Verse
Which text? 2. Ganga Varam Samasadvaya Ganga Trayam Samasadya Tasmin Nagam Avastitam Asman Nagam Avastitam Pasyat Kurvalam Vidam Pasyat Kurvalam Vidam Krishna Vigaga Kochidatyam Krishna Maya Choritam Translation is good for my language as well. When Lord Krishna reached the entrance of the arena, he saw the elephant, Stalina Pita, blocking his way, urging his keeper. Report. The elephant keeper revealed his malicious intent by blocking Lord Krishna's entrance to the arena. So this is the mentality of the materialist. They want to block Krishna. The Maniac mentality. So if this is Treta Yuga, the demons were on the same planet. But in the Kali Yuga, the demons are in the same mind. We have to struggle with demons in our own mind. Therefore, we don't kill. You see, Krishna is going to kill this elephant and the keeper. But we can't kill demons. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was ready to kill, but he didn't kill because of the pleading of Lord Nityananda. So this is our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. We don't kill the body, but we try to kill the demonic mentality by loud kirtan. This loud kirtan is the best method for advancing in this age of Kali. Kali Desha Astiheko Mahaguna. Although it's an ocean of faults, there's one great problem. It's Krishna Kirtan. We can do it very simply, right? It doesn't require some paraphernalia we have to collect first or something. No, we can just come, raise our hand, chant Hare Krishna, dance as we feel the mood, and that process alone will deliver us. Harinam, 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 Eva Kevalam. Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva. 3 Nasteva means we don't need jnana, we don't need yoga, we don't need, what is it?
karma.
Karma, thank you. People are trying to get good karma, doing good work. They think that will be good for their future. It's not necessary. Just come to the point of pure bhakti and everything will follow. Because Krishna is attracted to bhakti. And well, that means we have to chant with devotion. It's not just a sport that we come. We should try to meditate on the name, and we should try to also follow the principles we were mentioning yesterday, the 4 principles. Cleanliness, austerity, mercy, and truthfulness. This is the principles of religion. It's not Hindu, Muslim, Christian. This is religious principle. To be clean, to be austere, to be merciful, like that. To perform a little austerity. So, this is the regular principles that Srila Prabhupada has given us. No illicit sex, no gambling, no eating, no intoxication. It's not very difficult austerity. Sometime Prabhupada said, I'm only asking you to give up the poison. These things are poisonous. So this is sex, intoxication, gambling. Even the karmis know that meat eating is poisonous. It's giving colon cancer and so many things. They don't recommend that you eat, especially red meat. But any kind of meat, we know. Because the killing is there. On the seventh plane, the karma, the fact that we can't offer to Krishna. We want to come ultimately to pleasing Krishna. So we're not just vegetarians, we're Krishnatarians. We offer our food to Krishna, and then it becomes purified. Otherwise, even the animal, even the plants have life. There'll be some karma. So we want to become karma-free. That's what you're saying. Karma. Finish with the karma. We're not interested in getting good karma or bad karma. Here, what do you watch? So it's very simple how to get to the spiritual world. It doesn't require great austerity. It doesn't require great tapasya. But a little tapasya has to be there. What is that? Rise early in the morning. Oh, I can't get up. No. Sleep until 8 o'clock. No. Morning is the best time for the spiritual life. So we should get up early. Before 4 or 5, and take up this process of chanting Hare Krishna. To live in the temple, everybody has to be here in the temple room by 4:30. And they come. So some austerity is there. Prabhupada expected that. He said, don't make the temple a place for, like a hotel, for eating and sleeping. This is a place for purification, for the men and women to be trained up, so that they can go out in society. And not that everybody's going to stay in the temple all day. They can go out, become ideal grihasthas, show the example of what the Vaishnava is, what a devotee of Krishna is, and then encourage people, young boys especially, should live in the ashram for some years. Then they have that training. They get a little higher taste. Then if they enter into Grihastha ashram, they won't be the dancing dog in the hand of a woman. So this is the process. Not very difficult, but it does require some determination because, like Prabhupada said in London, this is, how many times? 8? Prabhupada was alert that the bells would have chimed on time. In Vrindavan, which I remember, he's saying, why the watchman didn't ring the bell this morning? He was very conscious that everything was done nicely. So this is the process. We don't have to change our position. Just take up this chanting and associate with devotees. This is the key factor, association. Lord Chaitanya said, better to live with the crocodiles than with the non-devotees. Get ahead of this world. There's 4 ways we can get ahead. By personal beauty, by education, PhD, whatever mothers are encouraging here in India especially, right? Get educated, get educated. Then, what was the third one is money. And fourth one is, forget. But anyway, the point is, people are everywhere, worldly minded. They want to get ahead of this world. But a devotee sees that that is a waste of time. Because no matter how much you get ahead in this world, you have to die. And then what happens? Oh, nobody knows. No, we know. Krishna tells us. Whatever you remember at the time of death, you're going to go. But we try to remember Krishna. Krishna advises, Janmakama Chavedi Vyam Evam Yovedi Tattata Bhaktareyam Gunajana Naitimameti Sojana. What is that? We can remember Krishna's birth. Therefore we celebrate Janmashtami. It's a special day because Krishna appeared. Janma Karma. And his work, lifting Govardhan Hill, killing the demons. These things we can meditate on. Here he's going to kill this demon and his keeper, the elephant and the elephant keeper will both be killed. So these are cause for appreciating Krishna. He's all around. He's not just a scholar, he's also a killer. But all the Vedas is to be known by him. It's not that he doesn't know the philosophy or the Veda. He is the source of the Veda. From him everything is coming. Everything material and spiritual is coming from him. Aham Sarvasya Prabhu. So if we come to know Krishna, then we become perfect. And that was what Prabhupada was encouraging us. Become Krishna conscious, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. To always remember Krishna and never to forget him. In that way, our future is very bright. Otherwise, well, you may get a PhD, make a lot of money, live in a big house, but then you're kicked out in due course of time. Krishna is also the time. He says, time I have. So the time element is, nobody can check it. It's working very scientifically. Karma is also very scientific. Everybody's getting exactly what they deserve, what they desire. Those two factors are considered, and then higher authorities will determine where are we going when we leave this body. So it's not by chance. Remember when Prabhupada was in Japan, and there was a book had just come out by the atheistic philosopher called Chance and Necessity. He was trying to prove that everything happens by chance. And Prabhupada was ridiculing. Where was the chance that was it just by chance that his parents educated him? No, there was a plan. Educate this boy, he'll be learned. But everything there's a plan. But we don't see the cause. So we think it's just by chance. Chance means we don't know what is the cause. But we know. Ishvara Parama Krishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadya Sarva Karna Karna. He is the cause of all causes, Krishna. So we want to please him. This is our goal. Whatever we do, we should consider, is this pleasing to Krishna? And Krishna may be far away. Like I was telling this story, probably one boy was coming and he was bewildered. Prabhupada asked him, can you remember Krishna? And he said, he couldn't answer that way. So Prabhupada said, that's okay. You can remember me remembering Krishna. So that was Prabhupada's decision. And to remember Prabhupada is easy because he's given us this wonderful institution. We have his birthday here, we have his books, and distributing him. We know that was crazy to Prabhupada. So we can just keep Prabhupada in the center. Shakshadari, he's as good as Krishna. He never claimed to be Krishna. Nor do we think that he's Krishna. He's Jiva Tattva, but because he's of his purity, he's Shakshadari. He's as good as Krishna. Because he's purely representing Krishna. Once in London, 1969, I was giving class, and he was saying how the Guru is a representative of Krishna. And I got a mystical experience that probably was just in front of me. But I realized that he wasn't an ordinary person. He was really representing Krishna. And I very much appreciated it. So next morning I came to give my service to Srila Prabhupada of massaging. And I said to him, Srila Prabhupada, I very much liked your class last night. And Srila Prabhupada said, oh, what part did you like? And I said, yes, Srila Prabhupada, the part where you said that you were the representative of Krishna. So Prabhupada liked that. He accepted it fully. He accepted it. And then he turned it around. And you also can be representative of Krishna, he told me. We can all represent Krishna. When you say, Krishna said, or Prabhupada said, then you're also representing Krishna. So it's not some mystical power you have to be to become Guru. All you have to do is always represent Krishna. Represent. The word represent. You're representing the message of Bhagavad Gita. It's not very difficult. But you have to know the subject to some degree in order to represent represent perfectly. But even if you just have a basic idea, yes, Krishna is God and we're his servant, then you can preach. Tell people, put Krishna in the center, offer their food to Krishna, chant Krishna's name, then you're preaching. Even a child can preach. You don't have to wait until you fully realize it before you preach. Just preach two main things. I'm not this body, I'm the soul, and the body is changing, but I remain. And because my nature is eternal, full of knowledge and bliss. But I'm the minute particle, Amsa. Mamavam Salim Jiva Loke. We're the Jiva, the Amsa of Krishna. God is great and we're small. We have the same quality. So this we have to know. Who am I and who is God? God is the source and we're dependent on him. That's a fact. Like we're sitting here talking philosophy, but if there's no air, then what can we do? We're dependent on the air. We're dependent on the sunshine. We're dependent on food. So many things we're dependent on. But still, due to pride, we think we're independent. This is called Maya. Maya means that which is not. We're not independent, but Maya makes us think we're independent. So we should be happy to declare our dependence. Yes, I'm a servant of Srila Prabhupada. I'm happy to be a servant of Srila. We can all feel like that. Because in Iskcon, for the next 10,000 years, Prabhupada is going to be the Acharya. His books will be there, his birthday will be there. Even 1,000 years from now, nobody saw Prabhupada, but we'll have his books. So Prabhupada is there. And then, purification. In order to understand Prabhupada and Krishna properly, we have to be purified. We give the example of the bog on the lap of the king. He's very close to the king, but he doesn't get the benefit of the association. So we saw that. Sometimes even Prabhupada's personal servants, they left the Krishna consciousness. They became, familiarity breeds contempt. I remember I spoke to one of Prabhupada's servants after he left. I tried to get him to come back. And I said, how could it happen? He said, I don't know, but whenever Prabhupada rang the bell, I thought, oh no, oh God, what does he want now? But he was finished. He started thinking Prabhupada was an ordinary man. Why is he bothering me? So we have to be careful. Even that personal association can lead to fall down. And just start thinking Prabhupada is like me. He's like us in one sense, but he's a pure devotee. And I didn't have any problem with him. I always knew that he was pure and that he was superior to me. But if they invite attacks, you can think Prabhupada's just like me. He puts his pants on the same way I do, one leg at a time. We become envious of it because this is the quality, just like we're seeing. They're envious of Krishna. Why are they envious of Krishna? But that is our original fall down. Isha Dvesha Samudhi. We come to the material world because we're envious of Krishna. So how do we get free from that envy? By glorifying Krishna. Then Krishna reciprocates with them. He will reciprocate. He promises. He'll reciprocate. Only from our side, we have to be a little sincere. Once Prabhupada was asked, well, how do we become sincere? Anybody know the answer? Prabhupada was asked this question, how do we become sincere?
By following the instruction of Guru or seniors.
Prabhupada said, we become sincere by being sincere. It's not a technique that you get qualified. You're sincere by being sincere. We know what it means. It means that you're seriously trying to understand the subject, seriously trying to please Krishna and his representative, the spiritual. Well, these two words, serious and sincere, they go together. Like Juhu Maharaj, he was so serious, even a young boy, but he was able to see God in 6 months. because he was so determined. Kshatriya quality, determination. So we have to have that determination because this is Maya's kingdom. We can easily be allured into thinking we don't need Krishna. What does he got to do? What does he have to do with me? I have my career, I have my wife and family. This is my business. Krishna, stay out of my business. Everybody's thinking like that. What the devotees learn, no. Unless I put Krishna in the center, all these things are ephemeral. They'll go away, but I remain. Then what happens? Oh, nobody knows. Yeah, we know. You're going to go to hell if you act like a demon. This is a chance human form of life. So there's an urgency. Now I have this human form of life. If I take advantage of it, I can go back to the spiritual world. Otherwise, 8,400,000 species of life are waiting for me. If I miss the opportunity in the form of life, I can go again, become an alligator, again become an elephant. Through the whole cycle before again coming to human form of life. So there, we have this human form of life. But there's some urgency. Don't remain like an animal. Animal means what? Eating, sleeping, mating, dependent. So human beings have to do that also. But the Goswamis minimized. They gave up altogether defending and mating. And they minimized eating and sleeping. So we can't imitate them, but we can gradually come to that point. Finishing sex life. This is the biggest obstacle, the sex attraction. But if we get a better thing, if we get a higher taste, then we can give it up. Like, what was it, Yamuna? He was the king previously, and he had so many beautiful queens he was enjoying. But then by meeting the pure devotee, he became a devotee, and after he actually attained the stage of pure devotion, he made this statement. Now, when I think of the sex life I used to have when I was the king, my lip curls and I spit at the thought. Because he was getting such a newer and newer pleasure or satisfaction from serving Krishna. But I'm just in the market thing. When we get a higher taste, then it's not difficult. Otherwise, this sex attraction is very powerful. But we can get a higher taste. Just like I'm from New York City. Right? My father was a civil engineer. My mother stay-at-home mom. But I was an ordinary person. But by meeting Srila Prabhupada and Prabhupada's instructions, asking me to take sannyas and so on, then I've been able to avoid this. So everybody can avoid that. Not that I'm so qualified that I'm born in a very high-class Brahmin family, and I have, no. So I'm the proof that anybody can become a devotee. But you have to be determined. And you have to keep yourself under the shelter of Srila Prabhupada. For us, it's not so difficult. He deserves to be followed. And we won't be, you could say, in any way hurting ourselves by becoming his servant. That's the anxiety. Because when we say servant, the anxiety is all. The master is going to be cruel. The master will exploit me. So I'd rather be independent. But Srila Prabhupada was not like that. He was always our well-wisher. He signed every letter, never well-wisher. And he protected us. He gave us shelter, real shelter. I can attest to some time how I was so inspired by Srila Prabhupada's shelter. And he's still giving shelter. He can give to you, everybody. That's his Shakti base. He's empowered to be the Acharya for the next 10,000 years. Everybody can get shelter from Prabhupada. That's a fact. I'm sorry some of you have. Have you had dreams of Prabhupada? Anybody? It's common because if we really cry to Prabhupada, he'll respond. He has that potency to help everybody in his society, his God society. So he's the captain of the ship. We may be officers on the ship or something, sannyasi, but everybody ship, Iskcon ship, going back to Godhead. We don't want to leave anybody behind. Come on the ship, and you can also qualify for entering the spiritual world. Otherwise, trying to swim is difficult to cross the ocean of material existence, material nations. But in the association of devotees, it's easy. We're speaking about association. So this is the most important item, that we associate with devotees, we feel our mind to devotees, eat for the devotee, exchange gifts for the devotee, take prasada for the devotee, then we'll become purified. And we'll have compassion on the non-devotees. Then we can preach with real feeling, because we have something wonderful. Okay, any questions? I can read another verse. What time we have? Text number 4. Securely binding up his cloth and tying back his curly locks, Lord Krishna addressed the elephant keeper with words as grave as the rumbling of a cloud. But this is Krishna. Just get the picture. He's a young boy, 16 years old. But here's the elephant and the elephant keeper, Krishna tying up his head, getting ready to fight. And then now he's going to speak. Not some impersonal conception. We have clear conception. Here's Krishna. You read the Mayavadis and Buddhists, they say, no, God is everything. God is impersonal. No. The impersonal aspect is coming from God. Brahmanohi Pratistha. Krishna clearly says in the 14th chapter that this Brahman, this impersonal energy, is resting on him, just like we're all resting on the floor here. So this energy, Brahman energy, is coming from Krishna. Pratistha is resting on Krishna. Pratistha. The fourth. Lord Krishna was obviously preparing for the fight. According to Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, the Lord put aside his jacket, tightening his belt, and tied back his hair. So just how attractive Krishna is. He's attractive to everybody. When he comes into the assembly, we're going to read in the future verse how everyone was attracted to Krishna, except the demons. They were afraid. But all the ordinary people were attracted in some way. Of course, they weren't ordinary people. They were the associates of Lord Krishna, the elderly gopee, the cowherd man, the residents of Mathura, everyone was attracted to Krishna in their own way. So God is one, but we have our own individual relationship with Him. According to our desire, what we deserve, we have a rasa. That rasa is already there, but now it's covered by the mundane rasa. So this kirtan rasa will remove that mundane. Rasa means taste. If we get a taste for the kirtan, then we can give up this mundane taste, because we get a higher taste. So we come full circle back to the point of emphasizing the kirtan. I see you have nice kirtans here. It's very inspiring for me. Sometimes I'm in a temple with just a few devotees traveling and so on. So it's nice to see so many people are serious about Krishna consciousness. Of course, it's in your blood here in India to be a devotee. You've heard it from your grandmother and so on. So you're very fortunate. Prabhupada said those who take their birth in India should become perfect and spread this message. And there are many Indian people we see in America who have joined Iskcon and in Europe. So it's a fact. Everyone should understand the subject and give it to others. It's the highest compassion. Not that we just like sometimes to cast vomit They want to keep everything. They're afraid to be open. They'll lose their status. So it's like a secret. They have secret mantras and secret rituals and so on. But no, we're open. This is it. Chant Hare Krishna. Everybody can do it. Don't make it a priestly class. Only have the knowledge and everybody else is stupid. Everybody can take this process. Only qualification that I'm sincere about it. Should be sincere about it. Okay? One question.
Hare Krishna. Maharaj, we want to know that when and how you meet first time to Srila Prabhupada.
First time I met you, what was it? That's the question. How I first met Prabhupada? Yeah. Well, I had become attracted to Prabhupada's disciples. They opened a center where I was a student. I started going to that ashram. And then they said, one of the boys said, because the summer vacation was coming, I was going back to my house, my home, there, so on Long Island. And they said, well, why don't you come with me? I'll be there, and we can meet Prabhupada at 26th, 2nd Avenue. So probably there, in the original temple. This Brody was there, and I came, and he brought me in to see Prabhupada in his room, the second story. And I was introduced to Prabhupada, and before I said anything, Prabhupada said, thank you very much. Never seen Prabhupada. But that was Prabhupada's move. He was throwing a big net. Everybody, come on, come on. And my first impression was that he was vulnerable. Because he was an old man sitting there. It wasn't a very good neighborhood. Sitting behind a little desk like this on the floor. And there was nobody at the door. Anybody could just go in. And I was thinking, oh my God, what if somebody comes in and attacks him? Who will protect him? So that, I guess, speaks to my nature. I have a little shocking nature, so I felt I should protect Prabhupada. So, he was vulnerable. You'd like to hear the story how Prabhupada chastised me? Or how Prabhupada glorified me? One time, Krishna Maharaj, he was the GBC for all of India. And he came to me and he said, Prabhupada wants you to stay here in India and help manage Mayapur because Bhavananda was leading and Prabhupada wants you to be the co-director with Jataka. I said, I'm not staying here. I already got a plan. I'm going to Korea, open a center. I had some boy. So I said, you're not my GBC, and I walked away. Later in the afternoon, we were having darshan with Prabhupada. The Gopal Krishna Ridge. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Swami said he's not going to stay here in Mayapur. So, what's the problem? Why you don't want to stay here? And I was making excuses, and then he said, you're a sannyasi, you've given up everything but your whim. Then I made another excuse. And then he said, our formula is plain living, high thinking, but you're simply addicted to the city. Which was true, because Mayapur at that time, there was nobody there except for the first. It was just open fields. You know, down the road there was a Bodhi Mata. Nobody was here. We didn't have anything. Just the kutir was there. So anyway, I like to go to the city because of the little hustle, right? Selling books. I felt some work satisfaction. I couldn't just sit around. Anyway, I did stay ultimately until Bhavananda came back. But finally, I said to Prabhupada, I've been for 5 years and I haven't had a chance to preach. I stay here, I can't preach very much because nobody knows English, only Bengali. So Prabhupada said, oh, you've been a sannyasi for 5 years and you haven't had a chance to preach? So what makes you think you know how to preach? Then I surrendered. Well, I was a rascal. I was arguing with my spiritual master. But he convinced me, and then I became more loyal to him, you could say. As years went on, I saw that he was really an unusual or unique person, that he could defeat anybody. Just like he defeated me, he could defeat anybody. Like on a morning walk in Los Angeles, they gave Prabhupada a book from a theologian. And the name of the book was, You're Okay, I'm Okay. Prabhupada saw that. He said, no, I'm okay, but you're not okay. And that was Prabhupada's position. He knew that he was okay, and that everybody else was in Maya. And he was ready to help them. He was always ready to extend himself. Remember once we were in Vrindavan in the early days, 69, and Prabhupada was sitting there under the tree, and devotees were coming to see him and sit and talk personally with him. And I was there for some time, and then my legs got tired, and I went and did some service, and like an hour later, Prabhupada was still there, sitting and talking to new people who come, new people. It was like a well. He was always giving, always giving. Prabhupada ki. Yeah. He's still giving. He's giving his books, his wonderful building here. Prabhupada fought so hard for this Juhu. So difficult. Every step was difficult. We see the result. Thank you very much. Srila Bhagavatam ki. Srila Prabhupada ki.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So it gives us immense pleasure to announce that today is the Vyasa Puja festival, Tithi of His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj. And today he shared some of his memories with Srila Prabhupada. He met with Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada chastised him lovingly. So it was indeed a coincidence and a nice question by Hanuman Prabhu. That's why all these pastimes we came to know about. And now there is going to be Vyasa Puja celebration of Maharaj in Vanshi Hall, second floor, above over the restaurant. It's tomorrow we are celebrating today. So it's not going to be every day. Here we are going to have only once today. Now. So there is going to be a very surprising gift for you, Maharaj, after you get off the Vaishnava. It is a unique gift from Juhu temple, Iskcon Juhu. That is, there is a story of Satyabhama Devi. invocation of His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj. So don't consider this as a Vyas Puja. And before this festival, there is very nice surprising gift for Maharaj ji. Here in the courtyard of Radha Aspiyari ji. It is called as Tulamhar and Tulala. So it was done by Satyabhama Devi for Lord Krishna. So it is a very nice surprising gift from Maharaj. I believe he is hearing first time. So first we will have Kirtan and then after there will be Tulabhat. If any devotee would like to sponsor, kindly contact me.
Vishnu Paraya, Krishna Pristaya, Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami, Jaya Guru Sri Acharya Prabhu Srinivasa Ramachandra Sangha Magi Narottama Dasa
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Ram.
This is a real Prabhupada, we should all Prabhupada ki.
दया कर मोरे नाम दयालु जगत
तुलाभार में लेके जाओ ना, वो कैमरा में कैद कर सकते हैं ना तुलाभार, वो हर बार छोड़ देता है, वो आप पीछे पीछे जा रहे हो। नहीं उठा रहे।
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jaya Radha, Radhi Hari Radha, Radhi Hari Radhe. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Sita Ram Lakshman Bharata Hanuman, Sita Ram Lakshman Bharata Hanuman. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada.
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की
जय।
श्रीमद् भगवद गीता की
जय।
Here we are very much delighted and happy to announce that this Tulabha is for the pleasure of the Prabhupada and also for the pleasure of His Holiness Kirtan Swami Maharaj. After about 2 decades, I believe, and as a matter of gratitude and getting mercy from Him and the Prabhupada, we have given this Tulabha, which was done by Satyabhama Devi for Lord Krishna with pearls and diamonds and rubies. And we believe Bhagavad delivered the pearls and diamonds and rubies. So that's why we are doing here. We are very, very thankful to Maharaj for giving us your valuable association and discussion to your classes and your mercy. We like to praise.
I haven't been here in a while, but I see that I feel very strongly that the Prabhupada community will be pleased with what we do. We know all now that Prabhupada struggled so hard to get this property, to get this land, to build this temple. It was always the path of Prabhupada. Any condition that he wrong. But persevered, got this temple. We've done a wonderful work with this property. It's obviously left. It's a park. So we have and I see so many people are coming, and you all give me credit for praising Prabhupada. Prabhupada ki
Jai.
His Holiness Trivikram Swami Maharaj ki
Jai. Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare
जाओ